first observation, again, Fury and Ngannou, was how we Americans and you Canadians listening, and all you vatos locos in the barrio, we were all like, stupid crossover fight, who cares? Meanwhile, in Saudi Arabia, it's like the biggest thing going on. Every superstar was out there. It was probably the biggest sporting event I've ever seen, aside from the World Cup and the Super Bowl. It was out of control, next level production. Unbelievable production, and what a show they put on. But everybody was out there, from Vince McMahon to Larry Holmes and Mike Tyson to Ronaldo. Both Cristiano Ronaldo and Ronaldo were there.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was there.
Everybody was there. The Undertaker was there. Like every fighting legend. The Iceman.
Yes, my Undertaker.
Paul Bearer wasn't there, but they probably
away.
Brought his ashes because they got whoever they wanted because it was such a spectacle. And that's my first observation. The money that they're putting into these events. We're going to be losing out on some major events if we don't start stepping our production levels up and our game up because, man, they're spending lots of money. That's some real money production going on in Saudi Arabia, and it was a good fight. So like I said, those of you who ho-hummed at it and slept on it and you were like, yeah, whatever, we got the World Series and some football, you missed out on a really awesome competitive fight, and a fight I think that opens up a lot of heavyweight doors because Francis Ngannou, it was his first boxing match ever, going from mixed martial arts to boxing, and he looked impressive AF.
He looked good. He honestly
looked so good.
People thought I bet like $20 just to have a little action on it. I bet $20 for a first 4-round knockout. There was a prop bet where it was like Tyson Fury by knockout in rounds 1 through 4. And I was like, all right, that seems like a safe bet because everyone thought Tyson Fury was just going to come in there and outclass him, outbox him,
he even
out
told
everything.
Him. He said to Ngannou, get ready for a lesson. And when Ngannou knocked him down, he said, you're a bad professor, terrible professor. Look, it was a real competitive fight. Don't believe the hype. Ngannou didn't win. He won the moral victory, as they say. He had a great knockdown, but it was 95-94. Tyson Fury won by a point. That's how I saw it. 6 rounds to 4.
Some people thought Ngannou was the aggressor the whole time, and he was.
But he didn't throw more punches. He didn't land more punches.
I mean, if you look at the CompuBox, I agree with you. I feel like I had, out of the 10 rounds of heavyweight fighting, I had Tyson Fury 6 rounds to 4, and if you take that one knockdown when Ngannou caught Tyson Fury,
10-8 round.
Yeah, it looks like it would be a 1-point victory for Fury.
95-94 is how I saw it. It wasn't a robbery. It was a really competitive fight. It was really fun. And, yeah, man, I hope they run it back in the future, but there's no way Tyson Fury was going to lose that fight anyway, being that he was going to fight again in Saudi Arabia in December, which is now going to be sometime in the new year because he took a big beating.
I'm not saying the fix is in, but what I'm saying is it was very close. And when a fight is very close, like could go either way. I could have seen that go in the way of Ngannou. But
draw at the most.
Like a draw. Maybe to me,
I would have been cool with that.
Looked like a draw. But when you have a 33-0 undefeated heavyweight champion of the world who has a couple other big fights on the radar, you got to convincingly beat the champion to win the fight. I agree with that old sentiment. You might say, well, that's a BS way to look at it. But I do think you need to convincingly beat the champion in a close fight. And Ngannou, all he did was make me think, I want to see him fight Deontay Wilder or Andy Ruiz or Anthony Joshua.
Hell yeah. And again, he brings so many more opportunities now to the heavyweights. But I'm telling you.
I don't know what it says. And I'm curious what you think. And Danny G, I don't know if you watched any of the highlights or saw the fight. The one takeaway is that I guess when you have some of these smaller guys, when you bring an MMA guy in to fight a boxer, the difference is noticeable. Where maybe it's different in the heavyweight division.
Because heavyweights aren't as slick and elusive as a middleweight or a lightweight boxer.
It does come down to a puncher's chance.
A puncher's chance and more of a slugfest. If, of course, that heavyweight could strike like Francis Ngannou can. So if you watch it again, we watch with the surprise of, wow, Ngannou looks really good. So we're noticing how good he looked against one of the greats and a great boxer, Tyson Fury, but Fury still won. He still outboxed him and therefore won 6 out of the 10 rounds. But we were pleasantly surprised by Ngannou. So we left feeling like, wow, man, he really did a great job. And it really was an entertaining fight to watch. So, again, that's our observation on what went down this weekend in the world of fighting. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, it was a whole concert and performance. Dude, the ring came from underground.
It was Rocky IV.
It was
Drago was
insane.
confused coming out of the ground.
It was trending on Twitter, and I clicked on it, and it was all about the hype leading up to the actual fight.
Yeah.
About all the pyrotechnics.
Yeah, seriously. It was like a concert. And it was just really well done. And I think Tyson Fury took Ngannou maybe a little too light. And Ngannou taught him a good lesson moving forward.
You think? I feel like that was the story where Tyson Fury's not known to have that Adonis physique. I mean, he's always soft, but he's so big and strong. I just felt like Tyson Fury looked a little tired and sluggish.
They described him as a bag of milk. I
did hear that, a bag of milk. He looked like a bag of milk. And
2% or whole?
Like, it was like whole milk. It was a little lumpy.
Well, he's a lumpy, soggy, doughy bag of milk out there.
I mean, Ngannou.
Whole milk.
You know, I was watching with my kids, and my daughter's 6, and she's like, Dad, what are you watching? I go, all right, honey, these two are fighting. It's the heavyweight championship. And she goes, that guy looks a lot stronger. And I'm like, buddy, that guy's the champion. Tyson Fury is just he's never been known to look strong, but he looked a little more bag of milkish than he usually does.
He said he trained longer than he normally trains for fights, but maybe he was full of it. I don't know. Still entertaining. So just know this. I'm not one for big spectacle, stupid crossover fights, but I do believe in the heavyweight division, like you said, Rich. It doesn't matter how elusive and slick they are. They still have that puncher's shot, as we discussed on Friday, because I thought those odds were ridiculous. I was like, well, it's a heavyweight fight. Ngannou can punch. Anything could happen. And anything almost did happen because he got a sweet knockdown, but Fury got up. He was searching for answers. Really didn't have him, but he still outboxed
I think
Ngannou.
Ngannou surprised Fury so much that, correct me if I'm wrong, you are more in tune with boxing than I am, but I watched Francis Ngannou do something that Deontay Wilder couldn't even do to Tyson Fury, and that is make Tyson Fury reluctant to throw.
Yeah, and
there were times where it was the hardest
fight he had in his career.
Like, we're talking about Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Ruiz, all these big heavyweights. The one guy that, I mean, I know Fury hasn't fought all those guys, but Tyson Fury at times looks scared to throw because he's like, I don't want to open myself up to Ngannou. And I've never seen that.
100% correct, man. Absolutely didn't want to take those chances because he knew that guy could punch. And
there were
times
where you'd hear them scream out 20 seconds, and at 10 seconds hit the canvas. And at that point, Fury was like, all right, I'm done with this round. He wasn't even trying to get that last second flurry in.
No.
Tyson Fury fought scared.
He fought a little more scared than he usually does. And again, that's a guy that has fought and been knocked down, 4 times against Deontay Wilder. He said this was his toughest fight, that he punched hard. And I think they will run it back in the future. So, hey, props. Like I said, star-studded event that a lot of you slept on. Shame on you. It was awesome. It was fun. Dude, Eminem was there. And you know what? It did dawn on me, though. I'm like, Eminem, Roberto Duran, like you name the legend in the sport or in the game, they were there. And then I realized, well, that's because these rich-ass Saudi Arabian dudes, they fly them in. Yeah. They fly them all in to create this amazing atmosphere that we all watched.
Stars attract stars.
Stars attract stars.